Right, welcome back to another game of Play Action Football Express. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the co-designer of this game, along with Jason Graham from the Jason Flash Football YouTube channel. Be sure you go over to his channel and give him a subscribe. Terrific designer, has designed lots of games along the line of Play Action Football Express and was a tremendous help, not only in kicking off the project, but in helping to finish the project as well. I'm going to take a break from the WCFL today. I got my new cards in, and so I'm going to use these cards to play the drive-by-drive game. So, football's great because you get these one-offs. So I have the teams rated already for the Super Bowl XIX, which is Miami at San Francisco. Played in 1985, but for the 1984 season. This is Dan Marino v. Joe Montana, and it's a great matchup. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you just very quickly as we go through this how we're going to do this. So I'm going to play with the advanced chart, so you can see we have the D10s in here, and we can make some choices along the way. So I like personally to have that chart when to feel like I'm playing a game. So we're going to have multiple things that we're doing here, and I'll do the first drive very quickly. Let's do a coin toss. So here's a coin toss. 1 to 3 is Miami. 4 to 6 is San Francisco. So San Francisco wins the toss. They are going to choose to get the ball first, and that means that they'll also get the ball last. So they have an opportunity. If it comes down to a game-winning drive, Joe Montana will have the option. So we alternate 8 possessions per team over the course of a game, so 16 possessions total, and San Francisco will get the first one. So the sequence is going to be this. At the beginning of the game or the half, it's going to be a kick return for TD. So this is an optional roll you can do. So we're going to look at the 2D10 roll here. If it's a 2, it's returned for a touchdown, 7 points automatically. If that doesn't happen, the next roll we're going to do, and I like to play with the injuries and penalties because it just reflects a little bit more realism. We're going to roll the 2D20 roll for this. If it's a 2, 5, 17, or 20, we're going to have some sort of penalty or injuries or something that's going to affect the game. So roll 1, 2, and then the third roll is going to be off of the 2D20 or the 2D10 chart here. So from 2 to 20 will be sort of the main play that you see in bold. Sometimes there's an option to choose. What kind of pass do you want? Do you want to punt it or take a long field goal? So you have some options here. So when we make the option, then we roll the 1D10, and we'll look at the 1D10, and then we'll just have to look. So if it's a run, we'll look at this first line. If it's a flea flicker, we're going to look at the trick play line here. And then once that happens, if you score a touchdown, then we'll have to flip again for the extra point, either a PAT or a 2-point conversion. And if a team wanted to run the onside kick, that would be 2D10s as well. If there's a field goal miss, so let's say you're down here and you take the long field goal and you roll a 10, the field goal is missed, you can look at the field goal block as an optional component. Then you would flip and look at the D10, the 1D10. If it's a 1, it's a block return for a touchdown. 10 is a block with no TD. But the blocking team, the team that blocks the kick, gets a +1 on the next drive. And if 2 to 9, there's no block. It was just a missed field goal. So the same thing happens up here on a punt. So 1 is a punt block for a TD. 10 is a punt return for a TD. And then 2 is just a normal punt. So that's how it'll work. And then I played a couple of rounds because it's a little bit different than when you're using dice. So you just gotta kind of get used to the flip and where to look and what you're looking at and keeping track of, like, what am I supposed to be looking at. So we'll go slow the first time, the first couple of drives, because this is a drive-by-drive game. You're basically getting the final, like, highlight of the drive, right? So San Francisco has the ball first. They're going to get the kickoff. So that means we do our kick return for a touchdown. So we flip one card, and hopefully you can see that. light is in the way. Make sure that light is not shining right on it. But we have 3 numbers here. This is a D12. We're not going to use this number for the drive-by-drive game. So we're only looking at these 2 numbers here. This is our 1D10. This is our 2D10s. So this is 2 D10s added together. So this could be a 9 and a 9, right? Or it could be 10 and an 8. Whatever it is, it's 2 D10s together. And so off the bat, on the kick return for TD, we're looking at the 2 D10s. So that is not a 2. A 2 is all we're really looking for. So there's no kick return for a touchdown. So Joe Montana comes out for the play. We're looking now at the injuries and penalties. So we'll look at that 2D10 again. We're ignoring everything up here. We're only looking at these 2 numbers. So the 8 is nothing. So it has to be a 2, 5, 17, or 20. So now we go to our actual play. Now on the actual play, each team has a +2. So Miami's a 3 -1. So a 3 on offense, -1 on defense, and San Francisco is the same. So both of them are going to be a +2. Basically, we take the offense of the opponent, we look at the defense of their opponent, and we add those together. So 3 -1 is 2. So each team has a +2. And this roll we're doing now with the 2 to 20 roll with the bold, that's the one that we add or subtract any sort of values or numbers off of. So we're going to, whatever this roll is, we're going to add 2 for San Francisco. So we get a 19. That's a big one. So a 19 plus 2 is 21. We can only go to 20. And 20 is a long TD on play action pass, touchdown pass, 70 yards plus a D10. So to figure out the length of the pass, we go 70 plus 5. And on the first drive of the game, Joe Montana hits on a big 75-yard touchdown pass. All right, so we need to flip again for the PAT. So a 4 to 20 is going to be good. And we get a 16, so the extra point is good. San Francisco leads 7-0. All right, so since it's a kickoff after a score, we're going to do the kickoff return for TD. That one doesn't do anything. And we get a 6. So a 6 is not a 2, so it's no kickoff return for touchdown. We're going to get the injury penalty roll. 10 is not a 2, 5, 17, or 20. And then this is our regular roll. Miami is also going to add 2. So pretty good roll. 12 plus 2 says quarterback hurried on 3rd and long. Roll a D10, 1 D10 for a play result. So we roll the D10, it's a 5. And on a 5 to 10, quarterback is sacked. Team settles for a short field goal, 25 yards plus a D10. So 25 plus 2 is a 27-yard field goal, and it's 7-3. So San Francisco up next. Again, the kickoff return. We're going to shuffle the cards after every quarter. And 4 possessions equals 1 quarter. So no kickoff return for a touchdown. 14 is no injury or penalty. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 says 4th and 2. Choose a quarterback sneak or play action. If we do the quarterback sneak, 1 to 7 is a first down, and we roll again. 8 to 10 is a turnover on downs. The pass is 1 to 4 is a long touchdown pass, and 5 to 10 is an interception. I think San Francisco would take the quarterback sneak, so we're going to say the sneak 1 to 7 is a first down. We're looking at the D10, so we get another roll. So this is going to be, we're looking at the main play chart again. 6 plus 2, we wind up with the exact same place that we would have been, an 8. So this time we're going to try the play action pass. Maybe fate wants us to try the play action. So 1 to 4 is going to be a long TD. 5 to 10 is an interception. It's a 10, and that's going to be an interception. And what happens on an interception or a fumble is that the other team, the team that took the ball away, gets a +1 on their next roll. So Miami will be a +3, not just a +2. So we get an interception, and we don't need to roll for the kickoff because there's no kickoff. There's an interception. You only do that at the beginning of a half or after a score. So this is going to be the injury penalty roll. An 8 is nothing, and the regular roll is an 11. Plus our normal 2 plus 1 is 14. 14, quarterback hurried on 3rd and long, roll 1d10 for the result. It's a 2. 1 to 4, quarterback runs for a first down. Drive results in a touchdown run. And it says 1d10. So we look here. So it's a 3-yard touchdown run. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter as Miami. Let's do the extra point. It's a 5. Extra point is just good. So Miami has a 10-7 lead after the first quarter. So I'm going to take a quick break. I will shuffle these, and then we'll be back for the second quarter. All right, and we are back with second quarter action. It's 10-7 here in Super Bowl XIX, Miami at San Francisco. And Miami has the lead, 10-7. San Francisco with the ball, because they just allowed a touchdown run, they're going to take the kickoff. So I'm going to start playing at normal speed, and we just have to keep up. So kickoff, no return. 9 is nothing. A 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 is, we're going to do the quarterback sneak. 7 on the sneak is a first down. We're going to roll again. An 18 plus 2 is 20. That's going to be a long TD on play action. So another long touchdown as they go 74 yards for a TD pass. You could just mark down TD pass if you don't want to do the yardage or don't care. So San Francisco takes a 14-10 lead. This game, as I've played it before, is kind of a seesaw back and forth affair. Typically winds up like 35-33, that kind of game. Real life, San Francisco scored 38. Both teams are a 3 on offense, which is like the best you could be. For offense, it's the equivalent is the Chicago Bears in 85 on defense. So it's the absolute best you could be, and both of them were in that category. All right, we get a kickoff. No return for a touchdown. No injury or penalties. 17 plus 2 is 19. An outside run goes the distance. That's going to be 69 yards on the touchdown run. And the extra point is good. So Miami takes the lead back. They're up 17-14. San Francisco will get their last possession of the first half. Kick return, not for a touchdown. No injury or penalty. 5 plus 2 is 7. 8-play drive ends near midfield. 1d10 for a punt result. It's a 2. 2 is a normal punt return, and the return team takes possession. So a punt for San Francisco, and Miami will get their final possession of the half. Since it's not in a scoring play or the beginning of a half, we're going to skip the kick return for TD because there's no kick return. We're going to go right into the injury penalty roll. 10 is nothing. 14 plus 2 is 16. That's a 14-play drive. Ends in a TD run of 11 yards. So Miami extremely efficient on offense as they score again 14 points here in the second quarter. They lead 24-14 at the half. And Miami's going to get the ball back in the second half. Let me take a quick break, and we will come back with half number 2. All right, and we are back for the second half. Miami's going to get the ball first. They're up by a score 24-10 here in 24-14 here in Super Bowl XIX against San Francisco, trying to avenge a loss that was like 38-16, something like that. They'll have the kickoff, and so this is a kick return, no touchdown. 5 is an offensive penalty, so the defense can take the penalty and force a punt, or they can decline and take the play results. So let's see what the play is. The play is a 10, blitz on 3rd and short. We'll roll 1d10. Let's see what happens. It's a 10, defensive stop. The drive results in a punt, so either way, as they decline the penalty, they're going to get a punt. San Francisco gets the ball back. First drive out of the half. 11 is no injury or penalty. 16 plus 2 is 18. A flag is thrown on a 40-yard touchdown pass. We're going to roll 1d10 to assign the penalty. The penalty is on the offense. There's no TD. The drive stalls and results in a field goal. So 40-yard, we'll say 47-yard field goal since they were at the 40-yard line. So San Francisco gets a field goal. That's going to make things 24-17. They get within a touchdown. Miami's going to take the kickoff. So a good hold there by Miami. Kick return, no TD. We have an offensive injury. Okay, so we got a 2. -1 to all drives for the rest of the half. So Miami, I'm just going to mark that they have a -1 for the rest of the half. And that's going to count on this one too. So instead of a +2, they'll have a +1 for the rest of the half. So that could hamper them as they had an offensive injury. So Miami, this is their roll. 7 + 1 is 8. 4th and 2, they're going to take the quarterback sneak as Marino leans into it and gets the first down. We will get to roll again. 4 + 1 is 5. Quick 3 and out, and it leads to a punt. So this is a special kind of punt, though, as San Francisco, it says the opponent gets an extra drive. So the way I usually do it, you could put it at the end of the game. I typically just do 2 more drives in a row for the opponent. So San Francisco is going to get 2 drives in a row. It leads to some kind of quirky weirdnesses, but I just kind of skirt my way around that. So because it's a punt, no kick return for a touchdown. So the injury roll is no injury or penalty. And the regular roll is a 7. 7 + 2 is a 9. 1st and 10, do we pass deep or short? So deep is 1 to 6. The DB is burned for a long touchdown. 7 to 10, it's an interception. If we do the pass 1 to 8, so the short pass 1 to 8, 7-yard catch, the drive ends in a field goal. I'm going to force them into that short pass. So 7-yard catch, drive ends in a field goal, just because we have the 2 back-to-back. So if it were the last one, I wouldn't do that. But because it's kind of sandwiched, we're going to do the short pass. A 1 to 8 means, let's go for the deep ball. We're going to try the deep ball, 1 to 6. So that's going to be a touchdown. The DB is burned for a touchdown. San Francisco needs that. That's going to be a long TD pass. I don't think we have 42 yards. 42 yards. So the extra point is good. And San Francisco is going to end the third quarter there as they shut out Miami. They have a 24-24 game now, and we're all tied up with that long touchdown pass. San Francisco has another drive here. There's no kickoff or anything, so we're just going to roll for it. The injury roll is a 5 offensive penalty, so the defense can take the penalty or not. And a 13 + 2 is 15, and that is a touchdown automatically, but because there's an offensive penalty, the defense is going to take that, and that's going to lead to a punt. So they take advantage of one of the extra drives, but not the other. And so Miami's going to get the ball, and they have a -1, remember, for the rest of the half. So because it's a punt, no kickoff return, we have an injury penalty roll. This is no injury or penalty. We have a 9. 9 + 1 is 10. There's a blitz on 3rd and short. We roll 1d10. It's a 3. 3 to 10 is a defensive stop that results in a punt. So San Francisco gets their final drive of the half, and they're going to wind up even with the extra drive because Miami started first. If San Francisco started the half first, I think they would get an extra drive, but it kind of evens itself out. So San Francisco, with their final drive of the game, we're tied up 24-24 here in the fourth quarter, and we are going to get the injury penalty roll. 15 is nothing. And the actual, oh my gosh, Joe Montana. Bam, bam, bam. 72 yards. He has hit on that long pass the whole game. 72-yard TD pass. as he is racking it up. He hits the post down the middle, and they outrun everybody to the end zone. And San Francisco takes a, 31 to 24 lead. And we'll see if Dandy Dan has the ability to bring Miami back. They're sort of hampered as they had a key offensive injury. They're down one. 1 point on their roll is what I mean, but they're down to score now. So 28-31 to 24. All right, the kick return, no touchdown. The injury roll, no injuries or penalties, and this is going to decide the game. A 6 plus 1 is a 7. Drive ends near midfield, 1d10 for a punt result. I'm not going to make them do anything because it won't matter. And so we're just going to call that a turnover on downs as Dan Marino cannot come through. They get blanked in the second half, and this one is 31-24. That is our final as San Francisco takes home Super Bowl 19. So you can see the game plays extremely quickly. You can probably get a game in 10 minutes or so. I'm talking a lot, so it actually moves quite a bit quicker than this. If you wanted to assign players and stuff like that, you could definitely do that and assign some statistics and stuff. But again, this is sort of a highlight-driven game, drive-by-drive. You're really just getting the final result or the final highlight play. And now you can play just with these FACs. So you can play out every drive, play-by-play, using the FAC chart and these numbers up here. Or you can just do the drive-by-drive game. That way you have a couple different options that are diceless, and you can just play out the game a couple of different ways for you to play out your season. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments section. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. This is being played on November 27th, 2025. So happy Thanksgiving to all of our American friends celebrating American Thanksgiving. And hope you have a wonderful holiday and a wonderful weekend. Don't get out into the snow unless you absolutely need to. It's supposed to be a doozy. I know here in Chicago we're supposed to get 5 to 10 inches, something like that, over the weekend. So be safe. Maybe it'll be a good chance for you to have an excuse to play some football. You can go to clarkandedisongaming.com. You can purchase the print and play version of this, so the PDF version, and you can have that printed and be playing today. Or you can, or if you want to do both, you could buy the printed version like this. It comes in a nice little tuck box. Looks like this. So the tuck box holds everything that you need and keeps it nice and secure. And these are printed on like playing card quality stock. And so think playing cards, Magic the Gathering, that type of game. So they're going to last you a long time. They have a special UV coating as well. They're color coded toward the run heavy, balanced, and pass heavy offense. So if you're unfamiliar with play action football, you can look at some of the previous videos here on the channel and check out the Play Action Football Express playlist. You can also go over to Jason's channel, Jason Flash Football. He plays play action football quite a bit. There is a team creation chart for fictional teams, which I've created. Sorry about my arm there. I've created my own fictional league here with lots of different teams. So, and I've filled out the player names and stuff like that, but you can just do team level, and that's what the team creation generation chart does. There's also a career mode to that component. So you can create new teams, play out a full season, go into the off season, see if they get better or worse, play out another season, go through the season, go through an off season. You can use this drive-by-drive game to play. You can use the full FAC-driven game to play. If you have play action football seasons, you can use the full play-by-play version of the game in order to play the teams that you created. Or you can use the online game simulator as well to simulate out games that you don't want to play. So there's lots of different options for this game. We have the advanced drive-by-drive, but there's also a basic one it's all the same sort of actions that you're taking, except there are fewer of those decisions. In fact, there's no decisions to make. It's just you roll. And if there's a split decision, it's just you roll to see what happened. You don't actually get to make any choices. If you want some agency and some choices, use the advanced version. Otherwise, if you just want to kick back and watch everybody play and let their ratings sort of determine everything and not your choices, then you can play the basic version. It plays about 5 minutes faster just because you're not making any choices or anything. All right. I will leave both of the links down in the description so you can go to thegamecrafter.com and you can order this print version, or you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and order the PDF version. If you want to order both, I'm not going to stop you. And so if you want to have one to play now while you wait, and then the other one is coming, it'll probably take 4 to 6 weeks for you to get the printed version. It can be faster than that, but you got to pay a little bit extra to get to the front of the line for printing or for expedited shipping or whatever, or both. So definitely worth it, and it's really cool to be able to play because you can play a full game with these fast action cards in about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, which is a nice little target and not very common to be able to play a full like play-by-play football game in a half hour. So go check that out. And also, while you're at clarkandaddisongaming.com, check out some of the other games that we have. Lots of baseball, basketball, football games. There's another football game called No Huddle Football, which is sort of where this one started. And then those two games kind of split off. So you can check out No Huddle Football, which uses a deck of cards, like a playing deck. Not an FAC deck like this. So an interesting concept that's I'm probably not going to finish it like more seasons or anything, but the seasons that are there are good ones, and just kind of interesting concept. All right. I think that's it from here. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.